This is the Iowa Weather Report for Monday, September 22nd, 2014. And now our first look at the 0Z GFS model run. At 1 p.m. this afternoon, we have a trough axis moving across the East Coast, pretty much zonal across the rest of the country, a little bit of a ridge to our west with a disturbance across Montana and Wyoming. And that's going to bring a couple of isolated showers and maybe a thunderstorm there. The heavy rain is still continuing over New Mexico and West Texas. We'll see that in a little bit with the watch warning map. High pressure around here. Highs today mainly in the lower 70s. That's going to be the case here on Tuesday as well. That disturbance over Montana, Wyoming will move into the eastern Dakotas, Nebraska, Kansas. May be moving into our western counties late in the day tomorrow on Tuesday with some showers and maybe a thunderstorm. But as you can see, as it moves eastward, it starts to dissipate. So any rain would likely stay mainly along and west of Interstate 35. Anybody east of I-35 may get zero or maybe a trace of rain at best. Otherwise, the skies will start to clear out once more. Sunshine back around, winds coming out of the south. Fairly dry across the country outside the mid-Atlantic, Florida, and the Gulf Coast and the Northwest. It's dry. And even Friday looks drier. The Carolina coast, Florida, the Gulf Coast, a little bit of the Northwest is fairly wet. But around here, still dry, highs well into the 70s with southerly winds. Saturday still looks fine, sunshine around, a few afternoon clouds, highs mainly in the 70s. Could see an 80 or two, especially in our southern counties, depending on how things turn out. Sunday, still seeing nothing of any substantial nature across the state. However, the next storm system will be approaching from the west. Gulf moisture will start to slowly move in from the south. You can see that by next Monday. The system moving into the plains. The Gulf open up, so we could see a couple of showers and maybe a thunderstorm as we look into next Monday. You can see that here, especially in our western counties. You can see the southeast seeing the afternoon showers and storms, a possible tropical system off of Baja once again, and fairly quiet elsewhere. Then as we head into the extended period, October the 3rd, cutoff low just to our south. Another system diving into Montana and North Dakota from western and northern Canada. A bit of a ridge over the south and west. This cutoff low is going to be slowly, according to the GFS, would slowly move north and then east. We'll have to see about that on future model runs. System moving through the prairie provinces of Canada. We'll have to watch that as well. And then at the end of the forecast on October the 7th, we have another feature just to our south again. It isn't the same one, but we have one around Oklahoma, Texas, about near Lake Texoma. Northwesterly flow slamming into New England could bring some fairly chilly air, especially in northern New England and into Maine and into the Canadian Maritimes. System to our south could bring rain around Kansas, Oklahoma, but nothing around here, and there's nothing around here from the satellite image for last evening. Fairly calm and quiet. A couple low clouds in the eastern Great Lakes with the storm. You can see that with the front moving through the south, and the moisture continues over the southwest, and that's where the flash flooding has been. Flash flood watches, warnings across New Mexico into West Texas, a frost advisory in northern and northeastern Wisconsin into the UP of Michigan, fairly calm and quiet elsewhere. And the QPF chart, precipitation over the next 5 days through Friday evening. At 7 o'clock, showing rainfall amounts down around where the flash flood watch is, around maybe a half to 1.5 inches. Around here, maybe a half an inch in our western counties, with a lot less the further east you go.